G'day guys, it's February, it's hot, but we're in the bush and there's no other place we'd rather be at the moment. Little Red and I heading in on a scouting mission, and we hope to get some game cameras in on some wallows, get set up for the roar because it's only just around the corner now. Still a couple of weeks early before we could shoot a trophy Sika stag, but if we saw a cull stag that was never going to be any better, then we could certainly take some meat home this trip. So we've got 3 nights away and the forecast is pretty good, so looking forward to it. Well guys, it's a nice 22 degrees today, so it's not the stinking hot weather we have had. So our Aussie brothers and sisters won't think 37 degrees is very hot, but for us, some of us Kiwis, we're melting like bloody popsicles. It's been just a killer, but today's quite good. But I am carrying a bloody monster pack. I didn't weigh it, but I'd be fairly safe to guess it's somewhere between 30 and 40 kilos, because I've got all these trail cams, the spare batteries and 6-pack of beer, and enough fresh supplies for Little Red and I for the next 4 days. So it's good training to get me fit for the roar. Even though we've both been biking and doing a lot of walking, there's still nothing like a pack on your back. So when I start climbing, hopefully, the Kawika main range in the next few weeks, some of this will pay off. Awesome, we finally made it. It was worth the slog up the hill. It's always a good feeling when you're rocking to camp. Get that pack off your back and start to relax and enjoy life. Well guys, that's the first evening and the first day done and dusted. Been pretty bloody good actually. Seen a few animals out, mostly mums with their babies, and the fawns are they're starting to play and run around. It's pretty cool. So seen one young Sika stag. He may have been a 4-pointer, but nothing old or mature, or nothing to get excited about yet. So Met Service is saying this could be the best day out of the bloody next 3. Kind of southerlies are blowing through, and it's meant to be overcast, but there's no sign of it yet, so we'll see what tomorrow brings. But, definitely plenty of animals around, which is a good sign. So I'll actually go for a walk in the morning and see what we can find. So pretty good start to the trip. Morning guys, it's Friday morning. She's a bit of a whiteout so far, but I think it'll burn off. So I've got my big pack this morning and got my rifle as well. Blackie and I are going to head out and try and get these game cameras in. So got a bit of a circuit to do. Little Red's staying in the pit. Unfortunately, she's having a bad run. She's got a sore throat this morning, so she's just going to stay tucked up, and hopefully we'll get out for an evening hunt tonight. So anyway, probably got 4 or 5 hour trek to do, so we'll stop and look at things along the way if this mist burns off, and see what we see. Good stuff. So we've had a change in the weather overnight. It's now, I think it's turned to like a southerly, possibly a southeasterly. It's cold, and everywhere I was seeing deer last night, nothing out at all. Got to remember, they've got their summer pajamas on, so a cold wind just probably cuts right through them. But we'll carry on, we'll keep looking. They've got to be tucked out of that wind somewhere. Is a big moon too, so maybe they fed into the night last night and they're full. Anyway, carry on the battle. I threw in my bloody raincoat this morning. I hesitated, almost wasn't going to, so I thought this would burn off quite quick. Now it's trying to drizzle. It's not freezing cold, but it's, yeah, I'm not in my shorts today, put it that way. So that's successful, first game cameras in. My theory is the deer feed up this little gut here, just over the ridge there. There's hundreds of acres of beech forest, so they seem to come up here. Over the years there's been a wallow in front of this, so I'm hoping they come back and wallow like they have done in the past, and we'll capture some cool footage to edit into the next video. So there was 2 8-pointers on this last year. One was quite a good looking bugger, not massive in length, but he's got all the shape, so if he's young and he's going to mature, then that's cool. The other one was kind of a average looking 8-point head, but again, he might get better with age. So now we've got about 1.5 km to the next wallow that I found last year, and I want to put another camera on it. So we might do a circuit through the bush and cut around to it. So kind of trying to clear up. It's a main Kawika range over there. But this country could do with some rain, so I'm not going to complain if it does. Anyway, better get on with it. Garmin's telling me it's 678 meters that way, so we'll go and find our wallow. It's Still looking pretty average over in the main car wickers, but could be worse. So he is hoping that this swallow produces. It's a really cool spot. So, it's bound to be the odd stag around here. If we can capture him and find out how big he is, it'd be really cool. Who knows, there could be half a dozen stags use the swallow. So come back in mid to late April and find out with a bit of luck. All good. Well, it's probably about 1:30ish. Took a little bit longer than I anticipated, but it's all good. About 10 minutes off camp and some lunch, and hopefully about 4 o'clock-ish we'll go out for an evening hunt, see if we can find some meat. Right. So guys, it's Friday evening. I've seen a couple of deer. One possibly is a 6-point stag, but I need to get a bit closer to have a look. The other one, I'm going to guess and say it's a hind, so she's safe. But beautiful evening. We just want the wind to just drop off a little bit. It's just me and the panther tonight, because the red's got worse actually. She's got a bloody bot, or virus or something. She sounds like shit, and she's basically been sleeping and reading a book most of the day, so she's staying in camp, and it's my job to get something for the freezer if I can find the right one. So the wind is good. I'm trying to close the distance, and then I'll set up the camera and have another look.
I saw a nice stag crossing over in the saddle, but
Well guys, this is slowly turning in to the worst bloody day of my life. It feels like it. My lovely big Nikon fell over. I had the tripod right up high and went crashing down onto the lens. The lens is now stuck in there and won't come out. So, started off, I missed a deer. Because I dialed in the wrong bloody dial. And I did that because I was in a hurry trying to film and get some action for you guys, so my fault. Then another deer popped out. I sat there for 20 minutes sort of chewing the fat, going, how did I fuck that up? And a spiker come out. So set the camera up, I was about to take the shot, and crash next to me. My bloody, oh god, I don't know if that's repairable. It's probably broken the little motor in it or something. Keeps saying turn on, turn off to try and fix the lens, but it ain't fixing it. So I've shot a spiker down there. Didn't get it on film obviously, but I really want some meat, so I'll take Doggo down there and get it now. Report back soon. Well team, you got to take the good with the bad, and today feels like the worst hunting day of my life. Broken my big camera. I missed the first deer that I shot at, and then another one came out, a spiker. I whacked that, confident, went down there with the dog, didn't take my rifle, and the spikers got up and run away. Jeez. And like Annie's soft as butter, so she won't actually attack them, she'll just stand off and bark. And I watched her chase it 200-300 yards down the face, barked and barked and barked, and it stood there on its feet. Then I called her off it, thinking if it sits down I'll sneak in with my knife and grab it. Bloody thing actually looked fitter and healthier and trotted off further down, so it's gone like 400-500 yards down into some gullies, so it's game over for tonight. Hunting can suck the big coomera some nights, and this is one of them, so I'll go back, have a beer with little Red, cry on her shoulder, and think about what the hell I'm going to do now. Right. So guys, it's Saturday morning, it's blowing a gale outside. Not ideal conditions, but going to have some bacon and another cup of tea, and then Panther and I will go back to where we were last night, see if we can find a steer. No one wants to leave an animal like that on the hill, so we'll go and put in the hard yards and see if we can recover it. Good girl, Annie, good girl. Well guys, it was worth coming back this morning. Annie's down here, done her thing. Freaking awesome, I wouldn't have found this one. Be interesting to now get the guts out of it, see what state it's in. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I can recover some of the meat and it's not bloody gone bad or tainted, but we'll have a look. Oh, that's awesome. Bloody shame I couldn't have done it last night, but shit happens sometimes on the hill, as you will all find out. If it hasn't happened to you yet, it will happen in the future, trust me. Well, good dog. Yeah, good dog. So really lucky guys, that deer had made its way down into this little gut. It's in a cool spot, and lucky for me the sun's not burning down this morning, so back legs are fine. I've opened up the ball joints, taken out the back stakes. Pretty small deer, but we'll take that because venison supplies are pretty low at home. On this trip, first trip with my new German precision optics, or GPOs. They're fairly new to the market, and I'm lucky enough to have a pair to try out, and you'll obviously see me using them over the next 10 years with a bit of luck. So my last pair of German binos are 10 years old and they've been fantastic, so here's hoping these are just as good. Reason for my upgrade is my old pair, when they first came out, they only had range finding capabilities. They didn't tell you the degree of angle, so I've always been using an ichrometer, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. These have all that built into them, so incredible. And obviously rangefinders have come a long way in the last 10 years. My old pair, if I could get 1,200-1,300 yards, that would be on a really good day in amazing conditions. The other day, in bright sunny conditions, I was able to get 2,600 yards out of these, and I'm like, holy, that is a long way. So they're saying they'll do 3,000. I would think they probably will, but I've just got to find something 3,000 to range. Not that I'm ever going to shoot 3,000. I'm still, you know, my setup's like 600 yards, but it's always cool to know how far it is to that next ridge or that next gully. So let's see how these guys go over the next bloody half a dozen adventures. I'll talk them up and tell you what's good and what's bad, and we'll go from there. Right, better get up this hill and around back to camp. I think we've had the best of the weather this trip, so well, that's the meat boned and cooled. It's back in my pack. just worthy to note that you take the skin and bones off and that saves you 50% of what you're carrying. So that's a proven yield test. Why carry it if you don't need to? So right, Panther and I'll head back to camp and look forward to a bloody good cup of tea. We've got about 45 minutes to an hour, I suppose, so it's not too bad. Wow, pretty cool when you meet some real life cowboys. Call into camp. They're just out trekking. Good bastards too. So that was good way to have a lunch break and meet those guys. There's not much happening tonight. She's just blowing a gale, so I think it's time to get back to the hut. Whiskey and see if I can get some sport on the radio. I'll catch you in the morning.
Well, Sunday morning. I've been crook for a couple of days. I'm going to go out for a walk with BRB now and let's see if we can come across something in this beautiful Sunday morning. Sun's coming up and there's no wind. So that looks like it's a good sign. Let's go. Ha ha ha. Oh, that's a good point. Such a... Oh, jeez, that's even pointing down. Okay, what's happening, BRB?
One deer, way over. I'll see if I can range that far. Wow, 1,550 yards. GPOs are amazing. A little bit far for us, but it's good to see one out in the sun.
That's bloody cool, actually. A little bit of mist around, but it's quite nice actually because it stopped the sun from heating up in the morning too much. Okay, sitting on the side of the hill, binoing. Glenn spotted a couple of deer. I've spotted one or two as well. It's quite cool. We're looking at the faces on the opposite sides of us, and there's some nice deep gullies and bits and pieces. You're just talking about bush lawyer. Nice little tip.
Yeah, over on the faces there, where the deer are hungry, they're eating the bush lawyer down quite low. And back in the day when I was hunting that big bush over there, you'd always come across them in the middle of the thickest bush lawyer, and they're obviously in there eating it. They just weren't eating enough of it.
It's quite good to know because I hate bush lawyer.
Well, that's the end of our scouting mission. Good to get those game cameras in. Cool to see that 7-point Japo, so it's telling us they're out there. We've just got to get out there a bit more and chase them. So over the coming months, it's going to be awesome adventure and we can't wait. Otherwise, we'll see you on our next trip.
Cool.